Good afternoon, everyone. Well, good night. It's 5 o'clock or something. Welcome back to the channel. I'm actually really keen to get this one smashed out. It's been another big problem for me over the past week. But I don't want to start off on a real high here, and I'll show you what I've done. I'm pretty excited about it. It's been going on for the past 5 days. Hopefully I can keep it up. What I've been doing. Today I will. This week I will. And, this is in, hang on, this here is in permanent. So I'm going to go, what I've been doing is each day I'll wake up, say it like, I don't know, whatever time. And the first half an hour of every day, and the reason I do this is because other things I'm watching is people have morning rituals. They'll run through, each person has a different one. I could do an episode on it completely of what everyone does, but Bill Gates, Tony Robbins, Steve Jobs, all these people have their different morning rituals. And they stick to it, and it's it's a ritual for them. And obviously, it has. If they're all doing it, it's something I'm not doing, then I figured I'd do it. So every morning I wake up, I think of what I'm grateful for, I fill this out with what I want to do in the day, what I want to do in the week, and what it does is it sets back up what I've talked about before. Is that we need to have these goals that we can manage, and one of the main ones here I've got is to revisit my long-term vision this week. So at least each week I'm going to come back, see how I've improved myself, see what I've, and really consciously think about it. So once a week I'll do that. And obviously here, just some usual things, study, read, clean up, do my exam, call, here I've got to call my mate because it's his birthday today. Yeah, so pretty cool. That's working out. So definitely something you should do. Write it down. That's working for me pretty well, and just seeing it and checking it off, it makes you feel good that you're checking something off. It's like an achievement. And I'm going to discuss it later, but what the main topic of this episode is going to be is about addictions, I guess you could say. It's been kind of a problem for me this past week and a bit, is I have exams. I got exams, as a lot of university students may have, you might have them, and I should be studying, but I'm not. And it was yesterday. Today I had my exam today actually, and it went really well, so there's no worries there. I knew I'd do all right. But what happened is I kept putting it off, and I'm like, why am I putting this off? Why am I doing it? And what's causing it? And what it actually came down to was me playing games too much. And what I started to do was to look at people's behaviours, particularly my own behaviour, and what's motivating it, why am I doing it. In this case, it's a bad addiction. I want to find out why and try and eliminate it. And the way I looked at it, I'm going to write it down and show you is we take it back to our 6 basic human needs, okay? And anyone's behaviour is really motivated by these things. So if you've got something happening and you want to try and get to the root of it like I am, maybe you could try and do the same thing. So the first human need that we have is certainty, uncertainty, growth, significance, love and connection. Love or connection, I should say. And last but not least, contribution. So when you look at someone who's behaving a certain way, say they're doing something that's completely ridiculous, or it might be, who knows, could be a good thing. But what I've kind of find from what I've read is that it takes 3 of these things. If you can check 3 of these things off, you'll become addicted to it. And what's happened with me, and this is, everyone's always told me that it's a problem, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I know I play games a lot, but it doesn't matter. But acknowledging it, and I talk to my mates about it, because you can't leave these things bottled up, because it becomes a problem. And I looked at it, so what I did, I sat down yesterday, I'm like, right, I've been playing games. Why do I do this? Why do I feel so connected to it? Why can't I just get rid of it? And you come back and you look at this. So check this out. When you play games, when you're addicted, for me, in my case, certainty. I know I can get on, I know I can have fun, I know I've got people to play with, I know I've got things to do. Uncertainty. Always new stuff coming out, I can do, even though it might be the same shit, it's always new numbers, new gear, new everything like that. For people who might not understand it, but basically, there's always new shit. Growth. When you get this new shit, your character becomes stronger and better, so you feel self-progressing, you get achievements, and that's the motivation behind this board here, is that if I set this as my achievement or goal for the week, it's kind of, I might replace this section here. Significance. Obviously, as you get more, as you grow more, and as you get it from these uncertainty things, you feel your people you play with need you. They go, holy shit, you are so much better than everyone else. Let's get you in. Significance. Boom. Connection. Not necessarily love, but as I mentioned before, some people don't want love. They don't want the commitment. They couldn't bother dealing with it. Connection. I've got connection with the people who want to play with me, even though I don't know them in real life. Obviously, contribution. I feel like I'm contributing to a group, to a whole, that kind of thing. So you can see here that all 6 of these things are checked off, and this is why it's such a fucking problem for people, and this is why it's been such a problem for me. And granted, it's not that bad of an addiction. It could be so much worse. It could be alcohol, drugs, fuck, who knows? Who knows? You name it. I haven't had that experience, but this is my experience. And so what I'm doing to try to eliminate this, because it's stopping me from becoming the person I want to be, because I'm spending too much time on this. I'm not reading as much as I would like to. I'm not watching as much stuff as I would like to. So what I've started to do is I'm trying to replace these things with something new. So as I've gone here, or a way to kind of have it. So this growth thing, or I've set this kind of, I'm calling it like an achievements type based thing, where I set a checklist each day, starting with my morning ritual. It's small things, like there I've got clean the kitchen. But as soon as I can tick that box, it's like you've got it. And that, for me, it's working so far. It's working this week. I've come home from my exam today. I don't even want to play games. I've got this and I've gone, I need to keep studying. I need to read. I need to clean the kitchen up because I wanted to do it. And while it's there, I'm going to do it. So it's a big, big win. I just wanted to share with you guys. Yes, I was feeling down about not studying and you feel guilty and all this, but why feel guilty? I spoke with my friends last night and they put it to me in a good way that if you just do the things that are on your checklist, say on this, if I check all this stuff off, once it's complete, I really can't feel bad after that. So because if everything's checked off, then you really don't have anything to do, and that's where you can spend time doing your hobbies. And this is a new thing I'm trying out. Let me know what you guys kind of do. Have you ever had like a weird addiction? You might be Facebook games, just cruising the web, YouTube, anything like that. I know everyone has these problems, and it's hard. It is hard, man. I'll tell you that right now. But thankfully, I've come up with a system that's kind of working. And yeah, what more can I say? But this is the problem here that I want to summarize. Addiction comes from a need. 6 needs have been met by this one thing. All of them. And now I'm trying to replace them. And how I'm going to do that? I mean, some of these things you can't replace. Certainty, uncertainty, or variety. You can't replace that. But a way that you can do this has come from my morning thing where I wake up, say certainty, I want to feel a bit reassured, and I'll wake up, I'll do my goals, and I'll think about, it's just like 15 minutes, as I mentioned in the very first episode, spend 15 minutes. So I'll sit there and just think, what am I grateful for? And it just can be very broad things. It can be like, I'm grateful for the roads that I didn't have to pave that I can drive on. I'm grateful for the bed that I can sleep in because I didn't have to make it. Like these kind of things, like real simple stuff. Thankful for the earth. Who knows? But getting into a state where you're thankful for a lot of things is meeting this. And obviously, by erasing the gaming, I'll feel growth in these other areas. I want to feel growth in variety because it's new stuff. I'm not only playing games. But yeah, good thing to get off my chest. It's definitely something that I've struggled with before. But what I did, and if I can give any advice to you guys, is to, if you've got problems like this, open up to your friends. And if they're friends that don't give a fuck, then they're the wrong people. Get them. Just don't. What are they doing? What are they actually really doing for you? My friends have always been there. Thank you so much, guys. I was able to tell you, this is my problem. What do I do? Just help me out. And what you said had aligned really with what I've been doing previously in the week. So thank you very much. Leave your comments. If you've ever had a struggle like this, if you're having struggles, message me. Maybe we can sort something out. We might do one of these up for you. week. Who knows? It's not hard to do. I'm there to help. I'd love to help you guys out. And I'm always interested to hear what you've got to say in the comments. So I'll catch you next week. And also, I want to discuss just some overall breakthroughs that I've noticed. I've had really big ones in these 4 areas: health, wealth, knowledge, love, and just some other breakthrough here in my basic 6 human needs that I see growing. So I'm actually feeling really good the more I'm thinking about this. So first off the top is thinking on the spot and talking about it. When I usually in the previous episodes I'd have practiced and thought through, and I'd have many takes and attempts at it. But this time, this episode has literally been one take, smashed it out. It was passionate about what I was talking about. I knew exactly what I wanted, and that there is a hint at growth. So seeing that, and then it's no wonder I'm actually feeling a lot better making this episode. The next one is talking about the relationship section. Everyone always says to you, talk to me anytime about anything, we'll be there for you. And who knows if they really are. Sometimes people don't capitalize on it. You say, yeah, thank you. But I actually did, and it goes to show that my friends are actually really good. They care for me. They know they're there to support me, and it shows that I'm really rich in that relationship section. It's continuing to grow as I'm utilizing them. Before they were good friends, but now I know for sure even better. It's just reassuring. So thank you so much, guys, for that. Last one is on the wealth section. This is absolutely awesome. I was so stoked this afternoon. I can't believe I didn't even include it like the first thing, but I made my first investment, and it's just had a 40%. It's got a 40% return on it so far. I haven't sold it because I reckon it's going to keep going. But I made this decision. I'm going to invest in this company. It cost me 12 cents. I put $200 into it, and I made 40% on it. So it's like $280. I've literally made $80 by just researching and growing in this area and doing absolutely nothing. How awesome is that? I couldn't believe it. I just saw. I usually check it every single day, and I got it and I saw, and it was up 4 cents, and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome, dude. It was so cool. But yeah, anyways, I'll catch you in the next episode. If you want any help with any of this kind of stuff, I'm always here, as I mentioned before. Leave it in the comments. I always read through them. I'll see you next week. Laters.